it starts in 30 minutes. This is the warm-up and hangout. I just opened the stream, and as usual we will just chat and hang out here for half an hour before the show starts in 29 minutes and 55 seconds. If you're watching this as a recording, you can skip ahead. There's gonna be a set list underneath where you can skip just to each song. For now, I'm gonna post a link to Zoom. If you wanna join on Zoom over there, you can see there's already an M connected. You can click that link, which I posted in the comments right now. If you are watching this as a recording, of course, it won't work. And finally, it seems like people have caught on to this feature. After 4 years, nobody is no longer connecting to the video after it's been recorded. So, good evening, everybody. Thanks for being here. And we have a great show for you tonight. That's... it's not a lie, but it's just a sentence I am saying to get myself in the mindset of having a great evening. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of new music tonight. I'm gonna test out 3 or 4 new songs, as well as a bunch of old classics and a surprise song, a Christmas present for you. HN3000, to Atla, Digoborski, and Crystal, hello, it's so good to see you here, and we're gonna hang out for a bit. And David also, hello, are you in Helsinki or Stockholm? How's stuff over there? It feels like several years since I was in Helsinki, but I'm gonna show a video about that later. BS Media, hello, good evening. So for tonight, the plan is first this hangout. I'm gonna talk about vinyl and live shows, and I have a note here. Let's look at my paper. Oh yeah, company information and plans for next year. That's it for the content. I'm gonna show some photos of stuff that's been happening since the last time and give you a report on what has happened since the last live stream, which is now 2 months ago. Lars, good evening. Oh, Lars, finally I can, you might have already heard, but if not, I can finally announce the show in Bergen. We are playing at USF Røkeriet on May 3rd, 2025. So in half a year or so, we can finally have a Patreon party, just you and me again. It's, I think you're the only one in Bergen, but that's always a pleasure. Turatla, good question. I'm not so much in a train mode. But it's very hard to get off the train. 2 weeks ago, I had some good news. I'm gonna tell the part of the story first before getting to that part. But once the train is not, I jumped off the train, but I'm still in the speed of the train. Chim Chim Cherry, hello, and Xuan, hello, good evening, everybody. So let's just jump into that case. I can't remember when it was. I can't remember if I posted anything, but probably we've been discussing it on Patreon. I'm going to touch upon that a bit later. A few months ago, or 2 months ago, it turned out somebody is taking over the rights to some or all of my songs. And it took almost 6 weeks before we figured out who has the responsibility to deal with this. So I had 6 weeks of a lot of legal stress trying to figure out what the situation was, and eventually it turned out one of the big the what's the English word for it, publishing rights agent, the PRI, like Tono or GEMA or ASCAP BMI, it's not important. It's a big organization that deals with distribution of rights for music. It's their responsibility to solve this situation. They have not solved it yet, but at least it's no longer me working on the case. As soon as they took over, I can start focusing on music again. So since the last live stream, I've been focusing on getting the vinyl store up and running, and I have been focusing on this legal issues. And also I've started a company. That's the other thing I was going to announce to you guys tonight. I'm now incorporated, because it's partly not because of the rights, but it's going to help me a bit more in the future. I'm more protected. My business structure is more protected in this sense. Up until now, I just had a sole proprietorship, but now I have started in Norwegian AS. In English, I think that's a LLC, or a private LLC probably, which is gonna take a while to transfer all of my assets and ownership and all the rights to all of the music over in this company. But once it's there, it has better protection, and I have better protection. There's two. Hello, you're connected. Perfect. So that was it for the business news, but this is not exciting, but it takes quite a lot of while, and this legal issue has taken so much of my mental and like my soul. It took up my soul. Like we couldn't figure out who is stealing my songs, but now I know, or we don't know who it is, but it's not my job to solve this anymore. I have a big company fighting on my behalf. In other news, the album was out. Oh, that one. I keep forgetting to remove that background graphic there. The album is out 2 months ago, and that has been I wouldn't say a mega success. It's one of the better albums, like in response. But what has had quite a good success is the live show we did in Oslo is very popular and requested. So that has also taken quite a lot of work on my side to set these shows for the spring, and it's a complicated production. So it's a lot of negotiations with the venues and with the crew and with the team to get everything set up and planned ahead, and financing it and setting up the budgets and all that stuff. So that has taken quite a lot of my time since the last live stream, and that's the reason for I had to postpone these live streams. Wow, that's quite a long Cyrillic message there. If you could put that into artificial intelligence thing and translate it to English, I can probably answer it, but I don't have the capacity to translate stuff automatically during a live stream. I am the CEO, boss, concern chef, top dog, master of the universe, direct dictator, controller. I own all of the stocks. I control everything. I'm the super boss. And I'm also going to be employed by myself, which is going to be very interesting when I need a vacation. I wonder if I will get that vacation, or if my boss, the super boss, will be like, no, you are working. Oh wow, Lars, that's fantastic. Oh god, I haven't thought about that. But it's good that you have a ticket. Yeah, let's talk about that. And so I'm gonna talk about employee of the month every month. I'm employee of the hour, every minute. I'm employee of the employees. Well, let's stop talking about me and talk about me in another way. A few months ago, 1 month ago, I did presentations on artificial intelligence and music. I have posted that on YouTube. It's I don't have a direct link to it right now, but it's probably the previous video on this channel. And here's just the photos from one of them. This is in Bergen. I was at Vill West, a music festival in Bergen, where I presented here on stage. I think I have a photo. This is what it looks like for me. It was a medium-sized venue with a lot of music industry, bands and artists. It was very interesting. I had a presentation for like 30 or 40 minutes on artificial intelligence and music. And then afterward there was a panel with, I don't have a panel photo of all of us. But we spoke with, and I forgot the names of everybody, with Gatas Parlament, Aslak from Gatas Parlament, and Trond Tornes from, I think he's self-employed, he's not currently with a company. So that was what I was doing a month ago, and then I went to Helsinki in Finland. Oh wow. Vladimir, well, thanks for that, Krister. Hello, Yes, I'm an evil genius, and I'm also an employed evil genius very soon, and I'm the boss evil genius. So thanks a lot, Vladimir, and thanks, Krista, for translating that. Domination Corporation, yes, please keep coming with the Master Boss, Super Boss titles. I'm very happy. I'm gonna have like a stack of business cards with different titles. So like whenever I meet somebody, I'm gonna give them all of the business cards. It's like, here are all of my boss positions. Oh god, yes, this Spotify of the year. I haven't thought about that. I will go through that tomorrow on Patreon. This could be a moment to tell you guys that I have a Patreon. Because there won't be an ad for Patreon during the live stream later today. So quickly, I'm just going to tell you how to support Ugress. One of the things you can do is the traditional mailing list. If you subscribe to ugress.io, if you go to ugress.io, I just posted that in the comments. Check out there now. There's a link down here to ugress.io. If you go there, you can subscribe to the mailing list, and then I will reach you with new releases. You can also use the old school COVID donation system. You can Vips me or PayPal me, or you can subscribe to Patreon, which is a monthly way of supporting artists. There are some examples here at ugress.com/Patreon that shows you what it's like. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because tomorrow we're gonna have the yearly winter party. I have 2 parties for Patreon. That's like a live stream only for Patreon subscriber, and we go through everything that's happening, and I go more in depth, like a bit behind the scenes. Like I will tell you more about the details of the rights issue I had when somebody tried to steal my songs. I will go through the plans for the spring, and I will show you stuff how it's working, and I will go deeply into my Spotify yearly statistics. So that's the thing that I reserved for that. Hello, Adam in Canada. And what else is happening there? Oh yeah, if you subscribe there, you get like at least one music post, a video post, and a live stream post every month. It's not for everybody, but for those who enjoy that stuff, it's mostly like behind the scenes, or you get pre-releases or video reports. That's a way to support me. Good question. Whips. Yes, I think there's a little bit more. Vips is like I take 1% or less than that, and Patreon takes 2 or 3%, something like that. Another way to support me is to buy vinyl. I now finally have a vinyl store. I just posted a link there to the store. I'm going to talk more about that later. I'm just informing you that selling vinyl is a good way for me to make a living and also give you something physical and very beautiful. This, by the way, is a dark purple vinyl. That's a bit hard to see in this studio light here, but it is dark purple. And it's a gatefold album. This is Retrotopia, the latest one, with a beautiful gatefold artwork. And there's also 2 vinyl albums that are not available on anything else but vinyl. It's compilation albums. Here, I'm gonna show you. There, you see it better. It's the best of Ugress from 2000 to 2011, and then this one is then the best of Ugress from 2011 to 2022. So these records are only available on vinyl, and on the link I just posted. Alright, it's 15 minutes until we start. If I use Vips, I won't be able to read the Patreon. Oh, sorry, I misread your question. I had PayPal in my head. Vips or Patreon? Like, Patreon takes a bigger cut, but they provide a much better service. Like they provide the platform, so I'm okay with paying. I think it's 8%, something like that. For they run the service. That's fine. But yes, of course, if you pay on Vips, I get like a tiny amount more, but you don't get access to Patreon. I don't have a. There's not a system for that. Yes, Lars, the Patreon recording will be there. So this is a good time for me to show you the video report from I went to Helsinki with the AI presentation. And here is a video report from that. Hello, here's my expedition report to Slush 2024 in Helsinki. Here's me outside of the Helsinki Expo Center where the conference took place. I was part of the IP Unlocked Future of Media Ownership side event. Before my presentation, there was a very interesting panel on intellectual property and artificial intelligence. This is the view from my backstage with just a chair at the back. At least I had a lot of free water. Then it was my turn to blah blah blah, me going blah 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 and blah 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 blah. Present this on Thursday, so that's it for the presentation. Now let's look at Helsinki. It was a beautiful day in Helsinki. I took the train into Helsinki Central and just started exploring the city. This was my first time in Finland and Helsinki, so I was just curious to look at everything, and I absolutely love the trams. That's my favorite part. But I also, of course, I found a cyber shop and a park for Tove Jansson, the creator of the Moomins. But Helsinki, this is not a park worthy of Tove Jansson. You can do better than this, especially since the Moomins and the work of Tove Jansson is kind of saturated throughout the whole city. You can hardly turn around, and there's always a Moomin somewhere. But this is not Tove Jansson or Moomins, this is something more dramatic. Take a look at this fantastic window exhibition. Look closer. Look even closer. Do, 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 do. Flamingo is in Helsinki too. I also had time to check out a bunch of exhibitions, and I saw a lot of really great art. I loved that there were so many cool museums in Helsinki, and most of them had really great exhibitions. I'm not gonna mention all of the artworks. You can reference the photo post where I write down the names of some of the exhibitions and the museums. But there are a few works I really loved. This one by Tori Vrones called Big Water, a fantastic exhibit at HAM. I really recommend you to check that out if you are in Helsinki. She had not just this video installation, but also several really funny and thoughtful artworks, like these roller skates on treadmills. And I'd also like to mention the exhibit for Pauline Curnier Jardine, or it's probably a French name. That was also really fantastic. This one was at Kiasma Art Museum. I also visited the library. That was fantastic. Really, really cool architecture. And I'm now going inside, and I can't talk here because it's a library, but you can look at the video and I'll be back afterwards. But mostly I just walked around looking at Helsinki, looking at the architecture, looking at the streets, the buildings, the lights, the winter, the snow, and the trams. I really loved the trams. And I enjoyed quite a lot all of the beautiful window exhibitions for Christmas that they had in the department stores. As a kid, I really was a sucker for these, and it turns out I still am. I just need to see good ones. So I'm like moth to a flame to this stuff. And my final great news of Helsinki, they have virtual reality trains. Thanks a lot for watching. This was my visit to Helsinki, Finland in November 2024. Here I am departing back home through a gigantic escalator at Helsinki airport. Ciao, thanks for watching. Okay, so that was my trip to beautiful Helsinki. It was my first trip, which is a shock that I haven't been there before that. But I will probably visit next year because I might be attending Eurocon? No, Archipelago-con, the sci-fi festival at the islands between Sweden and Helsinki. Some questions I will check in with. I forgot to mention, I'm gonna post like during the main set there will be an advertisement for the vinyl, and then I will post like a discount code. I just posted it in the comments now. If you are planning to buy vinyl, you can use UTV36 as a discount code to get 10% off. Krista is asking about CDs. I do actually have Resound, Cinematronics, Unicorn, Reminiscence, and Cobo Desperado on CDs just over there. I just haven't added them to the store yet because I'm not sure if it makes sense. Noted, I do have them. I don't have the newest albums. The latest album I have is Reminiscence from 2009. I haven't printed any CDs after that. I spoke to a colleague, another artist, and he's printing CDs on demand using a service for that. So I'm thinking about it, and if anybody else is watching right now and you would be interested in buying CDs, do please tell me. Just post in the comments or send me a message and like, hey, yes, I would be interested in the CDs. And once I feel like enough people are actually interested, I'm gonna look into actually doing it. I have a bunch of them ready. It's just I haven't set up a store or a shipment system for them. Olivier, I did before. Back in the mid-2010s, I did a lot of urbex. A lot of the videos, I filmed the backgrounds and the visuals for my music videos were filmed during exploring abandoned places all over Central Europe. I was living in Berlin at the time, and I went around by train discovering lots of old military systems and stuff like that. It was great fun. I stopped doing it. I think I stopped doing it even before COVID. I think it got too touristy at some point. I felt like I was what I enjoyed with these places was to be alone and to explore on my own. But eventually, I felt like I was just waiting in Instagrammers, and I gave up the whole thing. Drinking glögg in Sweden. Oh, that's very nice. I'm drinking Weissweinschorle in Norway. I'm going to Berlin for Christmas, so I suppose I will get some glühwein then. And I hope to get the Swedish one. There's a market close to where I live where they have the Swedish, Finlandish, they have all the Nordic, they have stands for all of the different Nordic countries, and they sell different glöggs. And my memory is the Swedish and the Finlandic is the most popular one. The Norwegian is not very popular. Okay, very noted. CD people, I am recording your wishes. Thanks a lot. And also, if you watch this as a recording and you can't comment, please just send me a message or write underneath the video in a post live comment that you're interested in CDs. Lil Mamags, my pleasure for doing everything I do. I'm glad it works for you guys. It's 5 minutes until we start, so I'm gonna check that if everything's up and running. Oh yeah, I had a final question I was gonna ask you guys about that before I start now. the vinyl store has been open for a month. We haven't done major marketing. We've tried just marketing one album. That didn't work so well, but I think it's because Christmas, people are focused on buying not vinyl gifts. I don't know. But also I think like to just market a product online is very hard. But what I have observed is that a lot of people go to the length of like they shop, they fill the shopping wagon, and then they fill in all of their personal details, and then they do not actually pay. So they go all the way, but they don't do the final step, which I find a little bit weird, because when I do shop online, I often fill up the shopping basket just to see how much it's gonna be, and then I put in maybe like the destination country to get a sense of like what's the shipping. But I don't fill in all of the private details, like my email and stuff. I don't give that away until I'm actually committing a purchase. So am I unnormal, or is this something I should look into? Because my theory is I have an issue with taxes. In Norway, I have to add taxes because my company is selling, like I've sold so much vinyl last year that I'm now VAT. I have to pay VAT. So I have to add VAT on national orders, but not on international orders. And that is added at the final step. So what I'm thinking is that the Norwegian customers, I haven't actually looked into if this is just Norwegian customers, they go all the way, but then they somehow realize when they get like the payment verification on their phone, like, whoa, that's a lot more than I thought. And that's where they stop. That's my theory. That's what's happening. And this is something it's on my work list to figure out. I probably have to buy like a tax solution for my web store, and these are ridiculously expensive. Like that, if I do that, like I will lose money on the store. But in that way, taxes will be calculated per customer per region before they actually put it into the basket. But that would show a truer price than getting the VAT added at the very end. It's not an optimal solution, but I think that's the reason for people going all the way and then not paying at the very final step. But do please tell me if I'm wrong, if it's like, if you actually enjoy filling out all of your private details online but not buying. If that's the thing, I'd be happy to know. Oh, the autofill comment, that's a very smart one, Becca. I didn't think about that. Yeah, probably, that could happen. So they go all the way, the computer fills it out for them, and then they just stop there. Ha, that's a very good comment. Olivier, no, I don't have t-shirts. I had it before. I'm thinking about it, but I'm gonna see now how quickly do I sell the vinyl. So if it goes as fast as currently, it's selling quite okay, but I think is because it's new. Let's see how it runs in half a year or so. Before I'm living in a very small space, so I don't have like a storage room for merchandise. But if the vinyl sells out pretty quickly, I would be happy to print more. Peter, I have that. There is a country selector at the store, and you can select your destination country, but for some reason it does not. It says taxes are added, but they are not. I have to start in 1 minute. It's quite complicated and ridiculous. I think my problem is that I have different tax rules for different countries. I can't just turn on tax and calculate it for every region. It's on for some regions and off for others. But if you check out the store, you can choose it at the top, but unfortunately taxes are not calculated, although it says so in the text. Anyway, enough about business. Let's have fun. And you see, this is what I've been working on for the last 2 months. My head is exploding with all this business nonsense. I'm gonna check in with final comments and start. Yes, to Atla, I also see your comments. Trust me, I did not just do this for 2 minutes. It's quite complicated. I've been on the chat support with Shopify. They are also quite confused why it's not working, but it's simply not working. I have to buy an expensive module. to make it work, and I can't afford that. So let's get started with the art in 26 seconds. Kat Jasu, hello, good evening. Yeah, it's weird, Peter. Chris, please tell me, what were the issues? Did you have... well, let's get started, and I will check with your comments later. Olivier, play live. That's my only comment. Alright. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ugress TV episode 36. If you are watching this in real time, you can join on with your webcam up here, like these wonderful people already has. How dare you see me? There, I just posted a link now in the comments down there. If you click that link, you can join on Zoom with your webcam. And there's also Michael and Lisa. Hello, I haven't said hello to you guys. And tonight we are gonna test a lot of new music. Like I just spent the last 10 minutes. We all complain about taxes and business. I spent a lot of time setting up my vinyl store, so I'm gonna make an ad for that later. But that meant that like I haven't had a lot of time to create new music. But finally now, the last 2 weeks, I was desperate to make some new music. So I'm gonna test out 3 new songs tonight. I'm also gonna test out a bunch of new visuals and graphics, and also I'm starting to work on characters and animating characters. I'm gonna quickly introduce my vinyl store, talk about live shows for the spring, and travel report I just did back in the Warmup and Hangout. Let's get started with the first new song. Turn off the background music. This is Abandoned Spaceship Party. That's the title is just a work in everything is a work in progress. Let's just get started. Thank you. That was Abandoned Spaceship Party. It's just testing out stuff, like testing out the characters and seeing, like, trying to get them. They're dancing, but in a kind of weird way. Oops. The next track is binary code. It looks like binary code. It ducks like a binary code. It is a binary code. So let's just play binary code. Thank you. That was binary code from 2004 from Cinematronics by request. It's a weird song. It's but somehow people like it. So now I tried playing it live. It's a bit frenetic. I didn't know like the piano. I don't know. I thought like I was gonna improvise the piano part, but I think if I am going to improvise piano, I should do it later in the set. I was not like, I was still thinking of taxes and then it's like it's not a great piano solo when I'm still like Shopify and international taxes. But thanks for your support. No, I don't write shaders. It's actually it's hacking. I'm hacking stuff by tricks. This was also an experiment, and like I wanted to make my graphics board a bit more responsive and lively. So this was an experiment in that. Another oldie but goldie. This next one is Voyage En Noir from 2011. Thank you. That was Voyage En Noir from 2011. And again, I'm like working, like this was an old graphics that I had for another song earlier, where I know like I'm starting to like animate slowly, like the women are looking at their phones, but never looking at each other, which I find is very interesting. And so that's, again, work in progress. And for this here, we are now at the moment where I'm going to announce live concerts for next year. I think this is the big one. Yes, here's the big screen. We're going to play at Kulturhuset under TIFF Tromsø International Film Festival on 18th of January 2025. I'm going to post a link to... There, I just posted a link now in the comments. You can click there and get more information about the shows. And then, a few months later, we're going to play in Bergen at the Røkeriet USF on May 3rd. It's going to look like this. It's going to be a mix of Retrotopia and earlier shows, because I haven't played in Bergen for quite a while, and this is a big stage, so we are planning quite the massive production for this one. How do I make that go away? Like this? Yes. I posted a link to more information in the comments. I'm going to market this stronger as we approach. The show in Tromsø, we are quite sure going to be probably sold out because it's part of the festival, so there's going to be a lot of people just at the festival. But the show in Bergen, we have quite a lot of work to do to sell enough tickets so I can afford the insane production I would like to have. Now we are moving on to the next track, which is Welt. Again, it's just a working title. It's a work in progress, and let's take a look at what it looks like. That was Welt, a very fun German play on words there. It's a work in progress. I'm just testing out stuff, like what it's going to work, like the flute, the violin, I don't know. I'm just testing out stuff. And I will check in with the comments now. We are at about... we're not only 20 minutes in. So I will check in with the comments if something passed by. As usual, I forgot to say at the very beginning, I don't have time to see all of the comments as they scroll by, but I read all of them tomorrow. So I will see your comment, even if I don't respond to it right now. So let's... I'm going to look here, scroll up a bit. Okay, bravo. Thank you, Michael, for your bravo binary code message. Yeah, there's something weird. YouTube blocks messages, and if I don't see it and unblock it, it scrolls by before I can see it. Particularly, it tends to block emoji messages. I love the 50s sci-fi ladies. It's a mix of Flash Gordon, like 30s, and also rocket science of the 40s combined in those images. Degborski, yes, that's probably what they are doing on their phones. They're doing taxes, or they are trying to buy vinyl from the Ugress web shop, but it's too complicated with taxes. That's why they aren't paying attention to what's happening on the screens. No concert in Oslo. There was a concert in Oslo. Yes, no, that's not going to help you. It was in October, and I think my intuition is that probably means it's going to be at least 1.5 years until the next show in Oslo. Previously, I did, back in 2020, or like 5 years ago, I did one show every year. That turned out to be a bit too much. I think it's better to wait... I don't know. My intuition is that it's better to wait a bit than to do it too frequently. Jump and run games. That's a good comment. Thank you. Tubing. That's a very good question. Who's guarding who, and what are they doing there? Launchmeister. Toxander, thank you. You too. Also, great to have you here. Thanks for your lovely comments, everybody. I'm gonna... Oh, wow. There's a lot more I haven't seen yet. Zoom feed is muted. Yes, of course. The audio is coming from YouTube. So there's no audio happening on Zoom. Everything is happening on YouTube. It's just for video on Zoom. I'll definitely come to Sweden. And now, let's continue with... My When Clowns, I Am Out Many, a song I don't even know when I did it. I don't know where I released it. I think it was on a B-Vault, like a Shadow of the Beat track, maybe. Let's just play it, and maybe you understand why nobody knows about this song. that was my When Clones Am I Out Money from 2000 and I think 6, 7 or so. It was the reason I picked it up was because somebody used it in a movie like 4 years ago. So I redid it, like I just upgraded some of the sounds for it, and then it was used in a kids movie. So that was my When Clones Am I Out Many. And now we are at the unskippable ad part, which of course if this is a live stream, you can't skip ahead into the future. But if you are watching this as a recording, you scan. And I have open my own vinyl Ugress vinyl store where you can buy real physical vinyl. I'm gonna post a link. Boop, there you go. I just posted now a link. You can buy vinyl. And let's not get started on the tax issues, but if you buy it in Norway, tax will be added at checkout. And if you buy it outside of Norway, tax will not be added at checkout. There's a bunch of vinyl. Beep. Particularly this one is only available on vinyl. This is a collection album of the best of Ugress from 2000 to 2022, split on 2 different albums. So go there, and if you actually want to buy it right now, you can get a 10% discount. This is only valid for 24 hours. So from now until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, you can use the discount code UTV36, and that will get you 10% off. I am shipping out everything on the 19th. That's tomorrow. So you have to order it, like bring it in by tomorrow, and it will be shipped out. The next shipping will then be January 6th because I'm traveling for Christmas. So that was the unskippable ad for this year. Now let's go to Lichen Planet. This is another work in progress. Let's just check it out. Oh, that's a lot of ding 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 ding. It's a lot of finger work there. That's a work in progress, both everything, the graphics and the music and everything. And we are currently actually at the final song, which that went faster than I'm used to tonight, but maybe I'm Christmas efficiency. So the next live stream is going to be February 21st. That's still another, I know it's 2 months until the next one, but it's because I really need time to get up to speed on new music. And also I have the big production in Tromsø in January. That's going to take a few weeks just to do that. So I'll see you guys here in February 21st. For now, I have a surprise Christmas present for all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out in these live streams. I love it so much. So I made you a Christmas present. This is for you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching and commenting and hanging out and being the awesome community and supporting fans you are. Here is my Christmas present to you for 2024.